In this video, I'm going to show you how you can run the notebooks used for the workshop in Colab. So if you haven't downloaded the folder that is in my GitHub folder, you need to start with that. So if you go, so I'm going to do it again, because this is when you do it local, so you might not have visualized the video. If you type in GitHub TP, that's my GitHub folder, and in there, if you go in repositories, so you can see all of them. This is right one, deep learning for biologists, from classification to segmentation, and then you can download everything. If you click on code, you can download zip. I already did that in the previous video. So this is the folder I downloaded from my GitHub folder, and here it's all the codes, all the notebooks you run in local computer, and this is what you need if you want to use Colab. That's what we're going to do. So now here we have everything we need. You see there's a folder for classification, for the unit notebooks, for status notebooks. And so first thing you need to do is actually go to your Google account. Go back here, browser. If I Google page, here you see I have an account which is so with my university email address. That's the Google account that I can use to have a drive and Colab. If you go back here, if you go here and you look for drive, you have access to all the data that is on your drive associated to your Google account. And that's where we're going to put the files. The only thing is that when you never use Colab, you don't have anything related to Colab yet. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go on Colab. If you go to Google Colab, here I'm going to open a file. So if you go to import, so in my folder I downloaded from GitHub in Colab, classification, and I'm going to just open the notebook which is related to training and MNIST classifier. So that's what we'll use to run MNIST. Now if I go back to my Google Drive, now you see there's something which is called Colab Notebooks. And so I'm going to go in that folder. That's the folder I open. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to remove this. Now here I'm going to put the folder. So I'm going to actually just classify. I could put everything. I'm just going to put classification. Now it's in Colab Notebook, so it's well organized. Everything is in there for classification. So it's uploading the data. Takes a little bit of time. But then everything is on. So you see now all the notebooks we're going to use, all the images we're going to use, they are on my drive. So then I can use them directly on Colab. So I'm just going to speed up the video now so you don't have to wait for the entire uploading, even though it's not that long. All right, everything is uploaded now. So if I go in classification folder, I can find some data sets where I have everything I'm going to use for training and for testing, and the different notebooks and codes. So for example, now I can directly open the notebook for training and MNIST architecture. If I go there and say open with, I can directly open it in Google Colab. And so now I'm in Google Colab, and I open the file that I have for classification, so then I can just do everything. So I'm not gonna go into the details because for all the trainings, I'm going to show them in local, and it's exactly the same thing in Colab. The only thing that is different is that for all the notebooks, you need to install everything to start with. So this is for actually installing all the Python packages we need, and then installing Conda, so we can use CUDA Toolkit. So here I can use the GPUs. By the way, if you want to use GPUs, you need to tell Colab that you want to use GPUs. GPUs, you need to go to modify, and then you have good parameters, and here you can choose what you're going to use. So by default, first time you're going to use it was nothing, but here you can select GPU, then record it, and now you're using GPUs. So to install everything that we're going to use, first thing we do is to install Python packages, then we'll install Conda, CUDA Toolkit, QDNN. Then here, it's actually mounting the drive, so you can have access to the images. And then in this one is just to go in classification, so then everything is set up so you can directly load the data. So here I'm gonna again speed up the video so you don't have to wait for all the installing time. Alright, so now it's down. So it's, you see, so you have some warning messages, you can have some error messages, just because there are problems with dependencies, but it's gonna work. So here, let's just tell you that you need to restart runtime, so you can start with that. So here you would lose all the local variables, but we haven't defined anything. It's just that now we restart it with all the packages that are well installed. And you can just go to the next one, which is just, so first installing Conda, and then installing CUDA Toolkit and QDNN. So again, I'm going to speed up the video, so you don't have to wait for it to be done. Right, it's down. I install CUDA Toolkit and QDNN. This should be pretty fast. Before mounting the drive. And finally going into the right folder. So you see it's installing CUDA Toolkit. Alright, it's down. So now we can mount the drive. So Google Drive is asking you to connect there, so just say yes. To select it, the Google account you want to do it. And then you do it. And so then it's great because you have access to all the data. You don't have to do anything to actually load your images. It's going to be the right path. And so now you see we can go here. And so now, all the Colab notebooks look like this. You start by installing everything that's required, which is quite some things. And that will take some time. But when everything is installed like this, then it makes is exactly the same that the notebooks we're going to use in local. So for all the other videos, I will show them with a local installation, but you can do the exact same thing with Colab by just running the first codebooks and then running this. So for example, this is what you use to import the codes that you need to do the training. That's exactly the same organization than with the local installation, and so on.